Live from the WTC studios in Milton, Pennsylvania, it's the nearly famous CB Show, starring Chris Patton and Brandon Kozer. And now, here are the stars of the show, Chris and Brandon.
Good crowd. You know, a lot goes on in the world, man. Somehow all these people decide to come here.
They pencil us in every Friday. I mean, hey, every week we can't.
Thank you very much.
So
Can't say thanks enough.
Definitely. So,
what's up? What we got?
Well, another big week.
Hey, what's my name?
This is Chris.
And that's Brandon.
There we go. Another big week.
Yeah.
Tony just filling them up. Filling them up.
Really, Tony's doing
a great job.
He's perfect for that role, you know.
He's really good. Really good at it. So Tony has.
He's one of the best dressed recruiters I've ever seen.
He is the best dressed recruiter that's ever been here. That's for sure.
I'm gonna have to say he's probably the best dressed employee.
Probably.
Day in and day out.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dawson could give him a
Dawson
run
could, but
sometimes,
day in day out, I think Tony just because he mixes different glasses up and everything. So
his glasses,
congrats
matches
there, Tony.
shoes, and that's the belt. But Tony, aside from that, definitely do a great job.
Probably got a big head now.
Credit there, so great job on that. But hey, this week you filled it up. We got 10.
Well, that's filling it up.
I mean, we had.
How's Chad doing with the trucks?
He's
a little stressing on it.
A little bit of stress, getting ready to pull out his hair. Yeah. So, well, from Virginia we had Jeff and Ryan.
Yep.
Maryland we had Stanley and Damien. PA, Eric, Johnny, and Matthew. Mm-hmm. And then we had a Paul Chapman.
Paul out there.
Paul from Ohio brought his son aboard to do a little bit of warehousing and driving for us. So
you always like the father-son combo. We got a couple of them. It is awesome. Great.
And then we had Manny and Sean from New Jersey.
Man.
So technically, I mean, that's 11. Paul did join us last week, and I forgot to give a shout out to him. So, but nobody's ever left behind here.
Well, you said Paul. His father's name's Ed.
They're both Ed. But that's why I threw you for a loop.
You did, eh?
Yeah. Ed Chapman, Paul, Ed.
Ed.
They all do. So far, the old man did a great job out there.
They call me Fred sometimes.
But so that's all good.
Great.
We had no DOT reportables, no lost time injuries. So I mean, overall,
I got something to say. Last week, we gave a shout out to Rusty.
Yes.
It's always nice to see follow up. He was just happy they got a shout out.
It's funny because we don't tell him we're giving it to him.
No.
So now we know he watches. He doesn't comment or anything like that.
No. But I hope they gave us a thumbs up.
Hopefully we got a thumbs up.
But no, again, you were down in, speaking of warehousing, you were down in Jersey this week.
Yeah.
Which is a warehouse trucking combo.
Yeah, it was great to go down there. I went down there Monday, stayed till Tuesday. Checked out the warehouses, got to see a couple of the drivers. The warehouses look great.
Yeah.
The warehouse people, the managers, the workers, the forklift guys, the cleaning people, everybody collectively, as we always say, it takes everybody to make it happen. Both places look great.
A lot of glass.
A lot of glass.
A lot of glass bottles.
A lot of glass. But, it seems to be a happy environment. Everybody's, upbeat down there. It was, but I'll tell you what, Wednesday was beautiful.
Probably with the weather.
It was beautiful down there. So, I mean, I couldn't beat that.
Rod, when we used to go down there a lot, it's always, an hour from the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know how much Rod enjoyed the beach, but.
Hey, get away.
Get away. So, Atlantic City, too.
Atlantic City,
right there. Do a little gambling.
Do a little.
But yeah, great. It is a great team down there. Certainly, we think where we came from when we started there, kind of just took over. It was kind of a new territory for us, and just great people. It's it's a theme. You find great people, and you work together. So great. What else?
Oh, no, this week. I mean, that's about all I had.
Hey, you got any jokes?
Again, how about this? It's your turn.
I'm not a joke guy.
I don't know of any. Man, you're gonna stick me on the spot. I'm gonna have to pass on this week. Granted, anything? Granite's got nothing for us. That's true. Give us a comment.
Yeah.
You got a joke, a riddle or something, shoot it in there. We'll see if we can answer it next week on, maybe give us a riddle with looking for an answer. We'll see what we can do for you.
What's Jonathan Walker doing?
I saw Jonathan Walker's commercial.
Yes. Yeah, well, I can't wait for that.
The bit of the commercial, the trial piece, and that
looks great.
So stay tuned to that. Hopefully, if that's publicized by next week, we can. Put that on there.
I will say this: he's got a, he does have a voice for TV too. Like he does. He's got a voice.
He's got a great voice for radio. But yes, he did great. I mean, he looked good. And the other participants. The drivers that were there were definitely. It was a well done video. So hopefully that's out. Like I said, if it's out by next week, we'll get that out so everybody can see it here first. Maybe that'd be great.
Oh yeah, good point. Good point.
Anything for you this week before I get into my favorite?
No, that's. I think I want to talk safety. So let's
talk safety.
Yeah.
So safety tip of the week. Safety tip of the week here is following distance. Mm-hmm. So following distance obviously is very important, and we're having this mucky, gross weather here a little bit in the region today. So, but that's all the time. You always want to do following distance and make sure you're where you're following distance. So here's a couple pointers.
Okay, let's get into it.
So we got space management basically for following distance. So the hazards, you got to recognize the hazards, the environment, and all these things can always change. The environment, your blind spots change, traffic congestion, school zones, construction zones, intersections or turning, highway merge points, shippers, receivers, truck stops, and public parking. All those are different hazards. And then now you're in that environment, and in that with your personal behaviors of distracted driving, improper following distance, speeding, driving too fast for conditions, obviously, frequent lane changes, not paying attention to the road ahead, and driving while ill or fatigued. The issue is when you combine those two, it's a big risk.
Yeah.
So the defense for this,
what do we do
to make sure you can prevent that? You want to maintain one lane.
Yep.
When at all possible, obviously. If you got to pass to get out of the area, that's fine. Observe proper speed for conditions. Avoid distractions. That's inside and outside the car. Mm-hmm. Be attentive to the road ahead. React properly to hazards. Maintain proper following distance. And definitely always yield the right.
Great safety tip. I think over my 23-year career, I can tell you that following distance is pretty much one of the biggest factors of a lot of our mishaps.
For sure, definitely is.
And I always bring it back to the personal level when I'm out there, and I over the years, when we're young and dumb, we want to be speed racers, want to ride on people. And there's a couple, and drivers that even in personal vehicles, we'll be traveling and I'll be sitting in the passenger seat, and I'm like, we don't need to be sitting in that guy's lap up there, do we?
Right.
We're not getting any farther any faster. So, taking that time, and it is such a relaxed environment. When you take your time and you give it the space ahead of you, you're not fighting it.
You're not pushed. Mm-hmm. You don't get anxious to get somewhere. You're just, hey, I'll get there when I get there. But you're right. It's taken me a long time to get to that
it doesn't happen overnight. You got to practice at it. I'm not going to argue.
No, you did. It's a change that you have to do, and it's definitely.
And once you do, you'll realize, and it's like anything in life. You get once it becomes after like 30 days. What do they say? Like 30 days doing something, it becomes a habit.
Yep. So it's a habit. It's a normal life. It's the change, which is good.
But when you have that, I guess the key of it all is if you don't have that big distance, and then all of a sudden you decide, I'm going to look down here at my phone. I got a text message. Maybe I don't pick it up, or maybe I look down. Boom. That's it.
That's it. Just the alert that draws your attention away for a split second.
Not doing anything wrong by looking that way, but that's how quick something can happen. So we've seen it, and it's real. This is make believe stuff that we bring out to everybody, and this goes from a truck to a car, and
to be honest with you, it can even go into the warehouse.
Right.
Forklift. You're driving. You got two forklifts driving, especially when you're the guy that you're following down the aisle is driving backwards, so you don't have lights letting you know he's stopping. If you don't have enough distance there. Right into him.
So it's everyday life. But walking.
Anything. And really, to be honest with you, I mean, one of the things I've heard before is it doesn't matter how many times it's worked. It only has to not work once to be changed.
That's great.
Years and years and years. I've been driving. I'm a great driver. It can only take one time.
Yeah, you just got lucky. Maybe
to change everything. Right.
So. Well, great. We'll get out of here. It's another just great week. I am super excited about this week. It's just been, regardless of what's going on in the world, it's everybody knows it's not there's some conflict going on. We get in control of what we're doing here,
Right.
and and we just pray that this stuff kind of gets settled, and we can move past it all.
We can.
And but again, we gotta do what we can control, and let's do the best we can day in, day out. And
we, again, we're happy to be here every week.
Yeah.
We feel confident. The sponsors behind us, and we just can't do it without them. And we know that they're going in the right direction, and we're all happy to be part of that team. So we're glad to have you as part of the team.
Yep.
And any followers that aren't part of a team, again, it's been a while since I said this, but anybody that wants to join our team, warehousing, driving, whatever, reach out to myself or Tony, and we'll get you squared away, and we'd love to have you. So
until next week.
Have a good weekend.